This presentation, The Architecture of Reason, explores how our minds become divided and how they can be healed. Drawing on the framework of A Course in Miracles, we will examine the ego's logic, the logic of blessedness, and a practical pathway for restoring reason, peace, and inner coherence. To escape illusion, we must examine its foundation. On one side stands the ego, logically consistent, yet built on fear and separation. On the other stands the logic of blessedness. It uses equally rigorous reasoning, but exposes the ego's false premise and redirects the mind towards sanity, wholeness, and heaven. Here we see the divided mind. At the core is knowledge, or spirit, our unchanged reality. Surrounding it is true perception, the Holy Spirit's domain of reason, which communicates between God and the separated self. Outside lies false perception, the ego's realm of insanity, driven by guilt, separation, and the defense of illusions. The mind operates within two irreconcilable systems. The ego uses time to preserve guilt, the body to attack, and guilt as its hidden currency, all to maintain a separate self. Spirit, by contrast, uses time only to collapse into the holy present, the body as a neutral channel for healing, and aims at the atonement, the recognition that separation never occurred. Time becomes a weapon when the ego chains us to past guilt and future fear. The past is remembered only to preserve grievances. The future is imagined as inevitable punishment. The present is then merely a bridge between the two. While the mind is stretched on this timeline, genuine reason cannot enter or correct perception. The holy instant suspends the ego's timeline. First, judgment is dropped because without the past there is nothing to compare or condemn. Second, guilt is released as love is recognized as requiring no sacrifice. Third, the instant is given to the Holy Spirit, who translates it into knowledge, a miniature of eternity within time. Atonement functions as an unbroken circuit. It begins with inner acceptance of the holy instant, where the mind recognizes its own guiltlessness. This naturally extends outward as forgiveness or miracle offered to others. In that extension, both parties experience mutual release, and the mind returns to knowledge, confirming innocence for all. What we project, we inevitably perceive. When we follow the ego, we project inner guilt onto others and see a fractured, threatening world that justifies attack. When we choose heaven's reflection, the mind becomes a clear mirror of the Creator's holiness, seeing only the continuous present and the shared innocence of everyone we encounter. Free will operates between two fixed alternatives. The ego demands sacrifice, projects guilt, and forms special relationships rooted in isolation and vulnerability. Reason, aligned with the Holy Spirit, suspends judgment, extends the holy instant, and establishes holy relationships grounded in invulnerability and peace. Only this path is truly logical.